All right, it's obviously another day, but we got everything taken care of as far as the tank being installed with the pump. There were some other things that needed to be taken care of up here. So I had to get the timing cover installed so that I could be able to install the upper mount and this bracket so that we knew where to run our fuel lines when we were coming up over, along with the intake and the fuel rail mounted. All right, I still have to get the bolts because this has special spacers for this intake, which I actually have. Luckily, I've reused the bag here. But I got those. They're up here where they need to be. So right now, what I'm going to work on doing will be, I have to reinstall these onto the fuel lines because I have some here now that are not broken. That way they'll be secured up. And then we're going to work on getting our fuel line actually installed. We can get everything else plugged in down there. These are the retaining clips to hold the fuel line up. This is the clips that the mounting clamp that comes with for our filter, and over here is our feed and our return line. So basically I'm going to jump down here underneath the car. I'm going to set up a light and kind of show you guys what I'm doing. This stuff here is packaged pretty good, so it takes some time to get this all pulled off of here so that we can get these lines installed. So this is what I'll be working on here for a couple minutes. Oh, I have the feed line here all separated out, and it's going to have the straight end because it's going to screw onto our filter, and the 90 here is going to go onto our fuel rail. Now I'm going to work on feeding this down through here in the back. All right, so we're just going to take this, gently feed it down right through here. Alright, we have our cable down through there. Alright, now that that's fed down through, we can unscrew this. And let's see what's going to be the best way to run this. Still have to figure out what way I'm going to run that, but there we go. We're going to run that down across like that. That'll fit in there pretty decent. And then this will be the side that the other end of the line screws into, and then the 90 will go up onto the fuel pump right there where it gets fed fuel, and this thing will soon be flowing. I'm going to get the return line right here. I'm going to finish getting this thing opened up and drop it down behind, and then yeah, get it fed through here, and then probably back down over this way and back like the other one. Good if you can get the layer because it's kind of wrapped around, and you can start to pull it and then you can get it off, but you got to keep working it this way all the way down to be able to get it off. And while you're doing that, I kind of try to work on getting the curl from being rolled out of it. That'll help it a little bit easier too. So while I'm doing this, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so I got everything unwrapped. I actually fed the return line is going down here underneath and is following the fuel line down through. This side that's going to come off of our regulator over here, we're going to run down underneath the intake with hopes that we can do this. Oh boy. Well, I gotta figure out how to get my hand down underneath here to be able to grab the other side to be able to pull it through. We have a return line running here, down underneath, and it comes up right over here. You can see the red end to connect to our regulator, which I've got to figure out as the flashlight falls right down there. I have to figure out what I'm going to do here. I might end up getting a different fitting or modifying the throttle cable bracket. This kit is designed to work with, I believe, a stock style intake. So far, I mean, like, everything's working no problem. Either that or possibly maybe spacing this out and then putting a separate mount to hold the regulator. You know what I mean? There's different ways that you could do this. I just got to figure out what's going to work best for this setup. But right now, we are getting the rest of the fuel line on. We're going to connect everything down underneath along with the new brackets. This is all of the stuff that you have left over from these fittings. So the lines are run. I mean, I think I do kind of like it. I don't know if I like it going down underneath. I might undo this and then pull it around the top. I've almost got to see how everything's going to fit, what kind of length I have coming up from the back, how much room I have back there with everything being mounted underneath. That I like the way it's fitted up there. If I have extra, I can pull it up and fit it where I need to up here. Or if I have extra, I can get everything fitted down there so I don't have too much up here. Just got to go through and get everything on. So right now, we're going to be going underneath the car so that we can get the rest of the bottom of the fuel system installed. So I'm down here now. Before I get going too much, I'm going to get, if you look here, see this is broken. I have 1, 2, 3 of these to replace. So I'm going to get them down off and out of the way. I'm going to get those replaced. That way everything is snapped up. My line is snapped up before we start installing our fuel filter and fuel line setup, along with our lines that are hanging up here in the front. You can kind of see. Doesn't that look a whole lot better than this? Ooh, kind of hard holding on to these two pieces. So basically, I just kind of got it down a little bit with a flathead, and then I have one of these angled clip tools. Just was able to get up in there and pop that off. So I'm going to do these next two. All right, time for a little bit of undercar fun. We got our lines, so I'm actually pulling these toward the back of the car right here so that we can get these hooked up. get a little bit more length out of this one. So we might have to go, I did go underneath. Oh. Okay. All right, so we got that started. And then let's go back to our okay, so you can kind of see where our fuel pump is. This one here is our feed, which is the 8. So I'm just going to take there's a little bit of saran wrap on here. Keep the dirt out and contaminants from getting in there. Alright. I'll give this a little twist. And these things from being twisted are really wanting to fight me a little bit. This time around. Okay. There we go. Feels like it's wanting to start. Yep, it started. Alright, so like I said, I'm just getting all this stuff started up, lined up, hooked up. Then I can figure out which way is going to work best that I'm happy with and get everything connected. Alright, the block off, the cover. Pull this one back a little bit. Just wonder if it was going to fight me. It's like I should have did that one first. All right. So there's that. And then your fuel hookup's just as easy. One plug plugs in here. Lock it in. And your other plug will plug in here. Like that. I will finish, like I said, I'm gonna have to finish mounting all of this up once I get everything figured out exactly where I want it to be. It looks like we have plenty of extra here on our line to see where we want to go, whether we go out here or I tuck it up in over here along this side, right in here. I usually like to take these over along here. I mean, I know it does place it closer to the exhaust. That's the way I did the other one. Don't get me wrong, it is nice that you can get tucked up in there, but I think the lines running across top of here, up there, kind of set them lower than what I want them to be. And if this is like on a lift, someone could jack up there on that front plate. So, like I said, I usually like to try to take these out like this. And, you know, maybe try to get them up this way a little bit more. Like this. And bend around like that. I think that would work out pretty good. Get this wiring out of the way. See, I knew I was going to do it. I want to go like this. this, and then bring this one up and over like that. How am I going behind that? There we go. All right, see? There. Now, I think I'm starting to like that. Just like that. See where that puts my filter? It's still down past this large piece here, so I'll be able to put it up like that. I bring it down tight right there, and then that'll put it up in. But yes, this part right here is, man, it's the tedious part. Get it up so it's functional, get it up so it looks good. Everything is pretty much the way that it should be as far as fitting up and everything. Man, there is pretty much, you know what I mean, there's pretty much the fuel system installed. Like I said, I'm not sure how I'm gonna run these. Like, I kind of don't like it on that side because it touches the original regulator. But if I bring it down around, then it puts it out a little bit farther. I might be able to turn that one up more and then get it to come over. Yeah, that's what I said. Just got to figure out exactly how you want it to go, that it fits up best for the way that you like it. So, here's all our old broken pieces. That was, they were all on this car when I got it. That was from whoever removed the original fuel line, because this did have a system on it. That puts us down to using all of our mounting brackets, which I'll use my little impact. Nice stainless steel bolts to hold everything in. We'll get all that down here. I will have to screw in or zip tie up all the harnesses and get them in. And then, like I said, I got to figure this part out over here. This is going to work really nice with the vacuum tee that was included, because I'm just going to tap off of this. Like I said, I have all my vacuum lines are tucked down in underneath behind. Not sure which way I'm going to run this, whether I come this way or down underneath. It just means that there's a bunch of different aftermarket parts here on this car so far. These are all some of the issues that yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out and get worked through. But yes, that's pretty much where the fuel system is going to be. We have our fuel injectors here. My only little problem that I'm going to have right now, being the time of year that it is, and as long as it took for some of these parts to come in, is tuning. This car is not tagged and insured to be on the road, so it's going to be a little hard to do data logs and pulls or drive it. Basically, it's going to be hard to drive this and be able to get the data that the tuner is going to need to make the tune. So right now, just to get the engine started, I'm going to install a stage 2 computer, which is still going to retain me the ability to use the 3-bar map and tip along with stage 2 injectors, which will be enough flow. This will start and idle and run, which will give me the ability to break in the engine. And that's all I'm really going to be doing. I don't need to make any boost. I just need to be able to get the engine started. I'm going to get it broke in. This is the plan anyway, guys. Get this thing broke in, vary the RPMs, bring it up to temp a couple times, double check for leaks. This thing will be able to start and move under its own power. It's definitely what we needed to do. I mean, I got lots of stuff that needs taken care of in this garage. So that's kind of where we're at with that, being that, that little small update. Like I said, I already have the stage 2 injectors in. Right now, there's no oil, there's no gas, there's no transmission fluid in this. There's no fluids are in this car at all. The air conditioning's not charged. There's There's actually a little bit of wiper fluid in here. That's because it was in this tank. Because it's a reused one off of another car. It was just pretty nice, and I had it sitting here. So, fuel system installed. I'll show you in the next video what it looks like up. We have to get some bolts for our fuel rail yet. We have to figure out how we're going to run this. Maybe I can get it to come up through here with a fitting and keep it this way. Maybe I'll end up running it this way. I'm just going to have to see what it looks. I'd rather be able to see it. Like I said, this is set up to work with a stock style intake, not the JMF. So that's the only issue there. We got a couple vacuum lines that we need to get hooked up. Like I said, I need to plug coolant lines here. I need to plug a coolant line in the back. So I need block offs for both of these lines. Then I can get those installed. Man. Here is our pipe that's going to be coming off of the intake manifold. With all our tubes, we have a screw-in temp sensor. Here's the tuner. The rest of the fittings. You know, other bolts for the fuel lines. These are the original ones that come with, but they're too short for this intake. Here is the instruction manual for the HKS, which is brand new, and that's an actual one. So we have those parts right down there. That's our lower hard pipe that we're going to be using. I have the, I kind of hate dragging this. I have the coated AGP Race front mount intercooler with the AGP logo to stick on here in the front. This thing is quite heavy, good and beastie. It's going to be perfect for our setup. One more good thing yet to put onto here. So I'm just going to end this video right here. We still have some of our wiring, our clutch line kit. I got to install this. I'm going to make a video on just doing this. What else, guys? Try to get a couple things in here quick. This is our wiring for the AFR sensor that's in this. This is just an older one. This is what happens to the AM ones once they get so old, the older style. So we have those. I think I'm just going to let it go at that. And that's some of the parts that we need to get on. And the fuel system basically is complete. I'll show you what it looks like mounted up, like I was saying. I'll show you what that mount looks like mounted up. I got a couple small things. I feel like I let some of these videos run on too long, as I've been talking now for, man, 5 or 6 minutes. And I'm sure nobody's actually watching. But if you like what you're seeing here so far, and you're enjoying so far what I'm doing with this car and this build, hey man, like, subscribe, give me a comment, let me know what you think. You know, it's almost every time I get out here and I start looking at this thing, I keep wanting to order another part to put on this, to do it all at one time, so that it's done the way that I want it. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed it.